today?
Wonderful.
I'm doing woo! Also, thank you for asking. My name is David. I'm one of the wildlife care specialists right here at historic Beckworth Bowl. And I'm here to tell you that the San Diego Zoo is committed to saving species worldwide by uniting our expertise in animal care and conservation science with our dedication to inspiring a passion for nature. We integrate wildlife health, care, science, and education to develop sustainable conservation solutions. Our conservation efforts are now focused in 8 conservation hubs all across the world. These are geographic regions where we think we can make the greatest impact. And today we are going to explore some of those geographic hubs and some of the conservation that we do. Because we believe that conservation starts with the connection that we make with people and wildlife every single day. And that's exactly what we hope to do. Are you all ready to meet some wildlife?
Yes.
Fabulous. What a great little Wednesday group. All right, we are going to start with our Amazonia Conservation Hub, where the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance and our allies work with different species like the Andean bear, the jaguar, New World monkeys, and plant life like the orchid. Now, this next colorful group definitely need the trees of the Amazon to survive. Please put your eyes to the skies as we welcome in our beautiful free-flighted flock of macaws. First up, we have our blue and golds. That is Sierra and Azul. Now, they are a bonded pair, which means they will be together for the rest of their lives. The loud screams and squawks that you're hearing is how they communicate in the thick rainforest. Swooping on in, we have Cielo and Sol. And then finally, right in front of me, that is Diego. Now, those two over there are scarlet macaws, another couple. And this guy right here, our bachelor, he is a green-winged macaw. You can tell that he's a green-winged macaw because there's green on his wing. Very easy detail there.
Thanks, David.
All right, well, macaws are very specialized species. They actually have a bone in their tongue that helps them crack open all sorts of different kinds of nuts. Diego was just given a walnut, a pretty hard nut. That's pretty awesome that they're able to do that. Now, unfortunately, almost every species of macaw is endangered. So oftentimes we get asked, how can we help beautiful animals like the macaw? One way is by using your purchasing power. If you're going out there and purchasing any wood or cardboard products or paper products, you can look for certain logos, like the FSC logo, which is the Forestry Stewardship Council logo, has like a little tree around those letters. And that means that the wood paper products were made in such a way that they are not taking away from the trees of the Amazon. Because unfortunately, one of the reasons we're losing macaw species is we are planting crops and taking their trees away in order for our crops. So by being a savvy consumer, we can make sure their tree is there for them at the end of the day. Looks like they all flew on out of here. So once again, our beautiful free-flighted flock of macaws.
Who's coming out next? Penny.
All right, next up, we are going to talk about our Southwest Conservation Hub, which is right here in our own backyard, where the San Diego Zoo is working with a cornucopia of different species, like we have the Kino checkered spot butterfly, as well as the desert tortoise. We have burrowing owls that we work with, and amazing plant life, like the boojum and our beloved Torrey pine. Now, this next wonderful ambassador might just be my favorite, don't tell the others. And oftentimes they get a bad reputation, but I am here to hopefully change your mind. Coming on out as slow as she wants, this is Penelope, and she is our Virginia opossum. Now, you might have heard me just stress the O on the opossum, because technically that is how you would say it. If you wanted to find a possum, that is a species found in Australia. However, no one's really going to correct you, except for maybe me. So Penelope here is a Virginia opossum found right here in San Diego, all over North America. And this is our only native marsupial, meaning females have a pouch. So, Australia gets kangaroos, we get this. Be proud, everyone. Pretty cool. Now, Penelope is a female, so indeed she does have a pouch where she partly raises her young for some of the time when they're growing up. Now, opossums do so many amazing things for us humans that we might not know about. One of which is they are nature's cleanup crew. They love to eat all sorts of things we might not necessarily like mice and insects. One of their favorite bugs to consume is a tick. If you have ever heard of that little guy, they suck blood and they spread disease. Not very cool. Well, they eat up to 5,000 ticks in a single season. That's amazing. That helps for any area where Lyme disease might be prevalent. Now, they are also the reason why we have anti-venom. So if you've ever heard of a dog or a human maybe needing to be administered anti-venom because they've been bitten by a venomous snake, it is because of the opossum. Opossums can be bitten by a rattlesnake multiple times and then live to tell the tale. Oftentimes, they then turn around and eat said rattlesnake. We were able to study their blood. We found a special peptide in there, and we were able to derive it to make anti-venom. Pretty cool. They are currently working on an anti-venom for all species of venomous snakes. Right now, it's only for certain species, so that'll be amazing if they do that one day. Now, Penelope comes in at a whopping 3 years of age, which is ancient. Opossums live hard and they live fast. 2 years of age is really good out there in their native habitat, aka your backyard. Here at the San Diego Zoo though, we have amazing veterinary staff that are able to help us prolong their lifespan. So we've had some live up to 5 years of age. Now Penelope, because she lives here, she gets all those health benefits, 401k, dental, the works. So she gets anything she could possibly need. Now, she also is one of the mammals with the most teeth. So opossums have 50 razor-sharp teeth that help them eat all sorts of things that we don't like. They have adaptations from nose to tail that help them help us. Now, while she walks away, she's going to show off my favorite part of her, which is that cute little tail. Now, it is a semi-prehensile tail, meaning she can use it kind of like a fifth appendage to help grip and to help balance. When they're super duper young, they are actually able to hang upside down from them. I swear her tail's not getting squished. She just did not go all the way home. So she's gonna chill there and eat her snack. Sometimes I get like, oh no, she's fine. Now, Penelope does represent her species great and we love having her around here. Did I change anyone's mind on opossums? Perfect, that's all I need in my life.
Nope, I still love them.
Then. All right, just for the next couple of ambassadors, I am gonna hand things on over to our next care specialist, Melissa.
Thank you so much, David. He did a great job out here. That was David's favorite animal is an opossum. You're gonna meet my favorite animal next. We're gonna start talking about our One Health approach to saving species worldwide and introduce you to a canine. Now, canines have been assisting humans for thousands of years, specifically the domestic dog. They assist us as service animals, they work in law enforcement, they even work in our military. But what many of you may not know is that they also help us in many conservation projects all around the world. We'll talk about what specific projects in a few minutes, but how do they help us? With their superpower, which is their nose, their sense of smell. Canines have a sense of smell up to 100,000 times greater than you or I do, so they can do things in a matter of seconds, minutes, that might take us hours or days to do with our eyeballs. So we're gonna put this to the test right now. Hidden somewhere out here, we have an object with a scent on it that our next guest is trained to find. But he is a big ham. He loves a crowd, so everyone needs to help me welcome him out. This is the one, the only Elvis! All right, he's using his nose. We hide it in a different spot every single day. It has a lemon scent on it that he is trained to find. Oh, we're doing a heart today. I like this.
Hurry up, Tony. Hurry up, Tony.
He doesn't have hands. He can't open a door. Oh, here it comes. He's using his nose. Hey, he found it. Good job, Elvis. Now he is demonstrating what our dogs do out there for our conservation projects. Right now we currently have dogs that are tracking poachers in Africa. We have dogs that have helped find the mountain yellow-legged frog up in our desert Southwest mountains. And we also have had dogs that helped find those misplaced koalas after the devastating wildfires many years ago. That's what Elvis just demonstrated, except those dogs did not grab the koalas with their mouths. They strictly just pointed out where they were. Now, Elvis has a great sense of smell, and he is adorable, but this is not his job here at the zoo. In fact, he started his career off at Guide Dogs of America. We don't like to say he failed that program, but he did not pass the program. He needed a new home because he is way too food motivated to be guiding anyone around that needs help seeing. Daily, he pulls my arm across the zoo just for one piece of popcorn. So he needed a home, which was perfect because we needed a companion for one of our South African cheetahs. So he lives with his cheetah Alunga full time. The only time they're not together is when she is eating. He would take the food from her, or also when we go on one of our mini walks. But he did a great job demonstrating how important dogs are to all of us. Thank you so much, Elvis. Okay, we are going to stick with the canine family because they are my favorite. And we are going to introduce you to two much larger canines that are ancestors of Elvis. But before they come out, I need everybody's help. If you guys are coming in right now, if you could just take a seat wherever you are so our next guest can come on out, that would really be helpful. Yep, wherever you are. Thank you so much. And just parents, make sure you hold on to those little ones. We are going to introduce you to a top predator right here in North America and also to a keystone species. Now, what is a keystone species?
David and Beckworth.
Right on cue. It's these guys, North American gray wolves. Up front here, we have Beckworth. He's in black. His sister, hopefully, is coming shortly. Now, keystone species are very, very important. What a keystone species is, he says hello. Yeah, if you could just stay in your seat, actually on the bench, that would be much more helpful. David is quite strong, but Beckworth is a lot stronger, 115 pounds, so thank you. Keystone species, they're a species that holds every other animal in their environment together. The keystone in the building falls out, the environment will also collapse. So keystone species are very
Shasta
important,
and Jessica.
especially on in Yellowstone, where I'll tell you a quick story. Now this is his sister, her name is Shasta, and she weighs in at about 80 pounds right now. Now gray wolves are also known as timber wolves. They can be many different colors, black like Beck's, or they can be a little grayish brown like Shasta there. And they are 3 years old, they'll be 4 in May. They also live with their uncle, his name is Shadow. He looks just like Shasta does, just quite a bit bigger. And they are a true family unit, him being the uncle and these two being his niece and nephew. Now wolves are known as marathon hunters of the wild. They can travel up to 2 marathons every single day, searching for food and also keeping other wolves out of their territory. And they're perfectly built for that with those long legs. They also have great big paws that help act like a snowshoes as they're walking out there in the environment. Right now, you guys came at a good time. They have their thick winter coat on for these cold San Diego winters. But if you come back in a couple of months, it will look completely different. They look about half their size. We call them like scraggly coyote looking. They lose all that undercoat of their fur, making them look much, much skinnier. But right now, this is the beautiful National Geographic wolves you have here. They do live in family groups of anywhere from 2 to 15 individual wolves, and they will stay in that group for most of their lives. And they communicate in lots of different ways too. The most famous one everyone knows is the wolf howl. They howl for lots of different reasons, to bring the pack together at the end of the night, to let the pack members know what they have found when they are out on a hunt. They also have an excellent sense of smell, just like Elvis. This is where exactly the canine got it from, is from their ancestor, the wolves. They can actually smell a spot on the ground. They can tell what animal had passed there, what kind of animal it was, and if that animal was sick or injured. So then they have a good idea if they need to start tracking that animal and follow it if they have a chance to eat it. So now what we're going to do is show you another way of communicating, hopefully, and that is called scent rolling. Right? If you guys have dogs at home, you might have seen your dogs do this. You take them to the beach or something, they're rolling really, really stinky seaweed. Well, or that's another way of communicating. Shasta is letting everyone know she's in charge. She's the woman. That's hers now. No one else can take that.
How they communicate through
What
P-mail.
they do is, why they roll. Have you guys heard of a wolf in sheep's clothing? That saying? That's exactly what Bex is trying to do. When you're hunting, you don't want to smell like a wolf, right? The deer's going to smell you coming. They're going to turn and run in the other direction. So what wolves will do is they will roll in whatever they're hunting, maybe a dead carcass of a deer. They'll roll in dead leaves. They'll roll in some feces even sometimes. Anything they can do to cover up their own smell. They don't want to smell like a wolf. So that is where that saying came from. So here we like to give them things to roll on. We don't give them anything dead or poopy.
Sorry.
But we do give them Bath and Body Works smells and perfumes and lotions that we get from our home that we don't like the smell of. We'll bring them here. We'll put them on some burlaps like this or some ice and snow. They do love that. And they'll roll their entire body in that. And then it helps us smell better too. It's perfect. Yeah, he didn't want them once she went to the bathroom either. No, he's smart. Now, like I said, wolves are a keystone species, and like I was talking about earlier, Yellowstone National Park. Many years ago, the wolves had completely been out of Yellowstone. They were not there. So what happened? The deer population took over. Too many deer. What happens then? They eat all the plants, they eat all the grass, totally killing all the grass and plants in the park, which caused a lot of the other animals that need those grass and plants to leave Yellowstone as well. With the reintroduction of the wolves came back. They started helping control the deer population. Animals started coming back in Yellowstone they hadn't seen in years. All the little small mice, all the little rodents, and even the beaver made its way back to Yellowstone, all because of the reintroduction of the wolves. That's what a keystone species does. They keep the whole ecosystem together exactly how it should be. All right, looks like Bex is gonna roll around for a little bit longer. I know, they look so adorable when they do that. Not the big bad wolf guys. These are actually really shy and timid animals. If you do get a chance to go to Yellowstone, you'll probably not even get a chance to see one because they're so elusive. They're learned to be afraid of people. They like to not show themselves to us. So they are not the big bad wolf, but they are quite adorable. All right, that was Bex and Shasta, our North American timber wolves. They did a good job.
He's like, no thanks.
The San Diego Wildlife Alliance is creating a world where all life thrives, and never has this been more important. It's because of you guys that we're able to do all the things that we do. Just by coming through our front doors, you're helping support us in all of our conservation efforts all around the world. We couldn't do any of the things that we do without your support, so we really do appreciate you coming today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye, everybody.
And that's the 2 o'clock Beckworth Bowl presentation.